Okay, so I know I said I was going to do this yesterday, but I didn't. Um, because I forgot about it. But, okay, so yesterday, this is me ranting about my car, by the way. Yesterday, I was driving to Starbucks to get all of my stuff figured out for Monday and getting some papers done, and, like, this little light turns on, my generator light turns on. I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? You know, like, what is this? And so I look in the manual when I get there and it says something's wrong with the alternator, and I'm like, oh great, something's wrong with the alternator, or there's like an electrical something, or the belt's loose, something was wrong. So I called my dad came and checked everything out and said it was okay. So I mean, I figured like it was alright for a while, but we called my aunt's boyfriend or something, he's her something, I don't know what he is to her, but he's this mechanic guy, I guess. And we went to Napa Auto Parts, and they checked my battery. My battery was fine. They checked my alternator. He said my alternator was like dead, but I guess they said that I could make it to the places that I needed to go, and then to get home. Well, I'm driving to get the rest of my paperwork filled out, which is like 5 miles away from where I was, and like halfway there, my ABS light comes on, so like my brakes, my anti-lock brakes aren't gonna be working for a while, and like, yeah, I'm saying like a lot. It's in California. So yeah, so the brake light, the little brake thing comes on, and I'm like, crap. Um, so I figured it would be fine until I got home, whatever. So I was pulling out of the parking lot after I'd done all this stuff. I was after my brake light, everything. So I'm pulling out of the parking lot, and like my car's barely moving, and so I was like, okay, well, let me just kind of pop it out of gear and put it back. So I put it back into first gear, and like it starts moving and it's going fine, and so I'm like, okay, whatever. So I turn onto this one street, and it's like a fairly busy street. So I turn on this one street, and my speedometer stops working, and my radio's going in and out, and like my gas thing, my gas meter went like all the way down, and the little RPM thing wasn't moving. I mean, I could still hear it winding out, so I could kind of shift and be fine and know approximately how fast I was going. I wasn't like flying or anything, but and so like I went. There's like this four-way intersection stop sign place on this busy street, right? And so I'm coming up to it, and I'm like, I could either run it and just go because I had to pick up my brother, or I could I could stop at the stoplight and risk it, or at the sign. So I stop and I try to start going again when it's my turn, and my car is going like 3 miles an hour, and then it just stops in the middle of an intersection, and it had like no power left and nothing was working, and so it just stopped. And so I push it into neutral, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to get this out of the middle of the street, because there were cars at every stop sign. There were cars at every single stop sign at the intersection. And I get out of my car, and I'm pushing it through the intersection, down this busy street, by myself, and everyone's just sitting in their cars watching me. Like, I was furious. Like, you're gonna let a girl push her car alone through the middle of an intersection. There were like youngish guys in their trucks, and there were like people. Nobody offered to help. Nobody stopped. People just looked. And so whatever. So I'm sitting. I push it over to the side, and like it took me like 5 minutes, and everybody's just kind of sitting there being impatient. It's like, you're not gonna help me. Don't sit there and huff and puff and be all mad because it's not my fault that my car died. Oh, and this all happened like from the time the light turned on until like this time. I had been my total like driving time would have been like 20 minutes, like tops. So I mean, Volkswagen, you seriously need to learn how to notify people not 20 minutes in advance before your car is gonna die. That's beside the point. So, yeah. So I'm sitting on the side of the road with my car. And, like, everybody's passing me, looking at me, like, what's going on with her? I hear this kid out the window going, "Mommy, what's she doing?" I'm like, I don't care if you have places to be. I have places to be, too. Like, don't keep driving. I don't know why that little kid pissed me off the most, but it was like, your kid's gonna ask a question, but you can't. She probably told him what the deal was. Anyways, long story short, I had to wait there for like 20 minutes for my grandpa to show up and pick me up and take me to where my brother was, and we had to call AAA, and they had to come tow my car home, and we have a slanted driveway, so I got in the car to put it back where it's supposed to be parked, and it starts like rolling really fast, and I'm slamming on the brakes, and the brakes weren't working because they were locked. It was horrible, and I almost ran through the gate, and like, it could have been really bad. But I mean, it's over now. We've got a new alternator, and it sucks because I just, like that, yesterday morning, I paid the registration, which is $129, and the alternator costs $150. So we just spent like a lot of money, $270. If that's wrong, don't make fun of me. Like $270 in like one day, like 24 hours. No, I was pissed. I'm okay now though. It works. It runs, I think. I don't know. I haven't driven it yet, but I'm going to now. Ish, kind of. No. Yeah, that's it. That's my rant. My mini rant. And yeah, that was my day yesterday. It was really frustrating. Okay now. Okay, bye.